Okay, so I watched The French Dispatch yesterday and I wanted to talk about it. But first, as you might be able to see from down here, my dog is here. He's usually not allowed in my room, but we're renovating the tile, so he kind of has no place to be because we don't want him to just stand in a dust storm. So here he is. So I guess you guys can take a look at him. But yeah, he's a little bitch, honestly. A little bitch, but we still love him. He is very annoying, I will say. I love him, but sometimes I just want to throw him like a football. You know what I'm saying? Out of love, though. I don't. I'm just saying. Anyways, The French Dispatch. If you have followed me on this channel for a bit, probably know or remember that I am not huge on Wes Anderson. It pains me to say that because I think visually all of his films are so cool. They're so pleasing to look at. They're light, they move pretty quick. It's just I usually can't connect to the story that much or the characters. So that's kind of how I felt going into this. Because even though The French Dispatch definitely still skews positive, I mean, look at the Letterboxd score, the Rotten Tomato score, I think even Metacritic, it still skews definitely positive. But you've heard a lot more of, it's an anthology. I didn't really connect to the characters. I didn't really care, blah, blah, blah. So going into this, I was like, oh boy, oh boy. If I thought some of his other films were like, okay, I might really not like this one. And yet, in a surprising turn of events, I thought The French Dispatch was fucking delightful. I know, I can't believe it. Now, I will say, surprisingly, this is my first Wes Anderson film in a theater. I know, you guys relax down there in your seat or lying down, relax. Maybe that helped. And, I think it does because, anytime you see a film in a theater, I think the experience is just better. Typically it is. But at the end of the day, it's like a good film is a good film, whether you watch it in a theater or at home. Parasite's a great film in the theater, and it was a great film at home. So the fact that I watched the Wes Anderson films at home or like on the TV or whatever shouldn't make that big of a difference. But yeah, The French Dispatch, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so fun, so light, so snappy, and I realized these words apply for pretty much every single one of his other films. I can't explain it. I don't know why. What the fuck is going on? Seriously, from like the first 5 minutes, I was like smiling, like under my mask. Fucking cringe. But I don't know. This one kind of worked well for me, and I gotta be honest, I really gotta go back and like rewatch some of his other stuff because this one, I really liked it. Now, it is an anthology, so while I won't get into any spoilers or anything, the first story is with like Benicio del Toro, Adrian Brody, Tilda Swinton. Second one's Frances McDormand, Timothy Chalamet. Third one is the Jeffrey Wright story. I thought all of them were pretty great. I think the first story was definitely my favorite. I loved it. I thought it was really funny and oddly compelling, just a legitimately good story. The second one I thought was probably, it didn't hit the same highs as the first one. And the third story had some of the more lower lows, if that makes sense. Like the third story, there were some moments where I was like, okay, starting to kind of lose interest a little bit. But also the highs for the third story are fucking great. There's a little like animated sequence in the third story I thought was just really cool and like so fun. I don't know. This what the fuck is happening? I'm surprised once again, but this one worked for me. The French Dispatch worked, and like all Wes Anderson movies, the technical aspects are really fucking good. Probably it's most like, what's like a really basic term? A lot of people, the most visually inventive Wes Anderson movie. Probably. I mean, the production design, crazy. The cinematography is what you expect. I mean, just the costumes. I thought it was just really well done. I don't know. Really well done. The score, I love the score. It's a more, I don't know, simple score from Desplat, but I still loved it and it still worked perfect with the movie. Honestly, it was really good. I enjoyed it. Why do I look so weird today? And honestly, really my main complaint is that to me the first story was like clearly the best one, and from at least what I've read and what I've heard, I think a lot of people agree with that. So the second story and third story just by chance feel a little bit lesser. So that's just kind of one of those things where it starts off so high, and then I guess some people can feel a crash down. I didn't feel that though. I thought it was still pretty damn good throughout. But yeah, the third story probably had the most problems with it for me. The second story kind of just plateaued, you know. It was still, obviously I still really enjoyed it, but it was kind of plateaued. First one was the best. Third one, its highs were higher than the second. I'm saying a lot of numbers. I'm sorry. Fuck, my dog just hit his head on the fucking bed. What? You good? Yeah, this review is, it's not even like a review. Like I said, most of my reviews are just rants. I was pleasantly surprised by The French Dispatch. I was pleasantly surprised. I think if you like Wes Anderson movies, you'll probably like this one. And if you don't, I don't know. Like, I would have said, like, you might not find anything out of it. But, like, I am not huge on Wes Anderson. Like, I can't get over that. I don't think his movies are bad by any means. But I think a lot of it is like a 3.5 stars, you know? His earlier stuff, to me, was like a 3. So I don't know. I find myself pleasantly surprised, and it has me really wanting to go back and rewatch it. I've tried to rewatch these movies with my friends, but they just don't want to watch it for some reason because they fucking hate me. Better not pee on the carpet. Anyway, The French Dispatch. I really had a good time. I can't lie. I had a good time. I think most of you guys will too. And it was a really fun movie. What more is there to say? It's Wes Anderson. So, and this one fucking worked for me. Thank God. The French Dispatch, 4 stars. Honestly, one of my favorite movies of the year so far. It is starting to get better. The year 2021 is starting to get better. It's still not great to me, but it's starting to get better. Let's talk Oscars. I'm going to be kind of quick on this because I actually don't think there's that much to say. I don't think this just clearly isn't in the best picture race, you know, and, you know, that's fine. That's fine. Even before The French Dispatch premiered and people would have it in their 10s, I think even including myself, there was a part of me that didn't like love the trailer, and it just, I don't know, it didn't feel like one of those movies, but I'm sure a lot of people said that about the Grand Budapest Hotel too. So a picture, honestly, a lot of the above the line stuff, you know, was out. I guess there's still a chance for a screenplay, but even that seems a little bit lower. This French Dispatch, I don't think will get 0 nominations. I mean, honestly, I hope not, because even if for the people who don't like this movie, the technical aspects of this are pretty fucking undeniable. Production design in particular, I think, has to get it. It has to. It's just clearly one of the best of the year. Like, honestly, that one should get it. Cinematography is so stacked, but it's at least in the conversation. I don't think you can say it's not in the conversation. It's at least in the conversation. That one, maybe costumes, maybe hair, makeup and hair. But even for those two that I just said, I don't even know if I would have that in my top 10, honestly. Score, definitely in the top 10. It's Desplat, Wes Anderson. They usually do well. It's a little bit iffier, but I think you should have those. And honestly, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's that much else to it. Honestly, I think it would be good for like editing, but you know, editing honestly just goes to the most Best Picture nominees. So I don't see that happening. But yeah, The French Dispatch, fucking solid. I really liked it. I don't know what else is there to say. I'm genuinely surprised. Oscar season is just the best for movies. Like this month of October has just been awesome. So, award season is back, baby. Right? Right? Get off my bed.